Hey now, thanks for popping into the RaceGrooves weekend show. If you checked your subscriptions today or yesterday, you would have noticed that I broke out jammers and racing into its own segment. It was a show in the middle of the weekend show. It was kind of running along, making the weekend show over a half hour long, taking me over 12 hours to make. So that will be its own show, and the weekend show will continue to evolve as it is. Last week I talked about these trick tracks. I said, do you guys remember trick tracks? You want me to review them? I was going to do this set. I even got Gearonimo. I got 3 different samples of Gearonimo because it looks like Gearonimo is included with the set. It says car included. So I didn't get around to doing that because I was making the jammers and racing videos. I'm going to take the ones that were in the RaceGrooves weekend show. Hey, what car do you think that was? What car do you think that is? I'll be looking for your comments. I think I know what it is. I think I know what that one is. Can you see? Do I need to get closer? And there's one more. Where is it? There it is. Green one. What car do you think that is? I'll be using them for the demonstration of this trick track set. Android a track, and I'll probably be using these as well. By the way, that might not be special to the set because it looks exactly the same as the first edition. Anyways, so look forward to that. As far as racing and jammers and racing, Friday mornings, 8 a.m. So the ones that have been in the weekend show, I'm going to republish those as their own videos during the week, Monday through Friday, Sunday through Thursday. I'll be re-uploading those. Okay, so if you've already seen them in the weekend show, it's the same exact show. By the way, thank you, Jay Gilbert, for letting me know. I call this guy, I think I call him a Viking. It's a conquistador, a Spanish explorer. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for helping out. And this is very cool. Truckin Tuesday. Here you have the Car-Nival steamer. Someone, I forgot to write down the comment, but someone said that this also looks like a helium tank. I said, well, that's pretty good too. If I find your comment, I'll pop it in there. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about on the shelf? Oh yeah, speaking about jammers and racing, here's a licensed jammer. And Lawrence Ching wanted to know, where do I keep my licensed cars? I'll be showing you today in case you hadn't seen them yet. I did pick up some Pixar Cars oversized pieces this week. Here you have Frank Pinkerton. He's pink, can you tell? He's very pink, like Pepto-Bismol pink. Dan Holland, which looks a lot like CB. They're practically the same. The eyes are a little bit different, and the mouth's a little bit different. Let's see. He's smiling, and this one he has an open mouth. It's hard to say, hard to see. I'm going to open one of these up. I'm going to open up this one later on. Speaking of opening things up, Lunatic Prime wanted to know cable. Wanted to see how it looked like out of the package, because on the back it does show that you can put the cab down. And it's kind of like a truck, right? In the package they show it up. Okay, Lunatic Prime. I'll go ahead and open that up later on. And guess what hit this week? A new 5-pack from Matchbox. It's the Coffee Cruisers. I'm going to go ahead and open up all the cars in this 5-pack as well. Now, I don't know about all the cars. To be honest, looking at this model right here, I would have thought that red, I think it's a Viper. I would have thought that was a Hot Wheels. I don't specifically remember a Viper in the Matchbox lineup. And very, very happy to see the Hearse back. I had been putting my extra Hearse models on eBay. These are, I forget, 10 years old. I'm almost out of the black, and I don't have very many of the white Hearse models. Thanks to those of you who picked something up off of eBay. My account is Mr. Grooves, Mr.Grooves. All right, let's go ahead and go show Lawrence where my realistic cars are kept. So Jammers and Racing is with Hot Wheels fantasy models. Like here I have the K's and the L's. This one's J. I think I used to have I and J here, but I think J had to get broken out because of the ice cream truck, which is now called something else. It's not called the ice cream truck anymore. And he wanted to know where I kept my licensed models. Well, the licensed models are kept over here on the other side. What did I have that other jammer? Was it the Corvette? I think so, because I took it from right here. So when I get too many Corvettes, then I got to make another one. Oh, speaking of a Buick, So Fine I used in the Jammers and Racing video. And I guess the Hot Wheels Wiki says that So Fine's license is actually a Buick or a GM. Well, I'm not sure. Oh, accelerators. What do we have here? Accelerators, Highway 35, Highway. Oh, those are my extras. Wave rippers, extras. I need them for track time. No, they're not for sale. There's some over there too. Anyways, so like So Fine, even if it's a GM licensed model, it's easier for me to find it under the S's because whoops, went too far. I will never remember what model So Fine was. I don't want to have to look it up. I just know the name, and I'll go to the S. Now, as far as real licensed models, I do have these broken out. Like this is real cars, miscellaneous, S through Z. So this would be like Suzuki and stuff like that. L to R, H to K, C to G, A to B. And then see, like I started a list here. So for the A's, Acura, Austin Healey, Audi, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, Audi, Auburn, AMC. So that's A and B. Oh, it goes to B too. Let's see. B's would also be BMW, Bugatti. The B Engineering, I think it's Adonis, Bentley. Now some of these might not be here anymore. I might have broken out BMW into its own. I'm not sure. But let's see, what's Bugatti? There's not enough Bugattis to have just like a whole jammer just for Bugattis. So that's why I have to jackpot them and put them in like this. And then I might have a couple Bugattis. If you've seen my mystery car unboxing video, yeah, I wound up getting a few big Bugatti Veyrons from that. Now let's go in over here real quick. These, I was going to start numbering them. That it just didn't work out for me. These are, now that I think about it, some of these I got to go through and sort. These are classics, Hot Wheels classics. This one, oh, here we go. Faster Than Ever, more Hot Wheels classics. Faster Than Ever, Faster Than Ever. Let's see. I have two rows. Can't see. It's too far back there. H04. Let's see what's. Oh, Speed Racer. I might have got a few Mach 5s when they wound up at the dollar store. I used to do birthday parties for kids, and the kids love using the Speed Racer Mach 5. I'm not doing the parties anymore, so I might be letting those go. Johnny Lightning. Here's Johnny Lightning. I do have a J for Johnny Lightning. So here's Monopoly cars for Johnny Lightning. And then this is just miscellaneous. Miscellaneous Johnny Lightning. X-Men Johnny Lightning. Love the surf rods. And then there's more Johnny Lightning. Chevy. These are Chevys. And then with Chevy, you wind up getting a lot of Chevy stuff. So I have to start breaking them down too. I don't want to look through 10 jammers trying to find a Chevy Nova. So how about I start breaking them down? So this one's Nova, Impala, and Chevelle. Oh, Chevy Avalanche. Look at that. If you don't know, I drive a Chevy Avalanche. So I have Chevy Avalanches in here of any brand. Doesn't have to be Hot Wheels Matchbox, any brand. Otherwise, all these are Hot Wheels. All these are Johnny Lightning. Down here, we have Dodge. And same thing, I start breaking it down into trucks. Now I've started to put trucks into a separate jammer just to make it easier for me to find. And then back here, you know, I have the Track Time channel. All of these cars, I actually filmed track time snippets. And I don't know if I'll ever get to use them. These things are packed, and you figure they hold 48 cars. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's just say 13. 13, and here's shelves. 1, 2, 3 shelves. 3 times 13, let's just say 30, 40. That's 40 times about 50 cars on each one. So right there, you're looking at a couple thousand cars. And these are not sorted. Some are, they're kind of sorted. I don't know if you remember the Mutant Biotronic Kingdom. So those are in there. I'm sure you want to, excuse me, I know you want to see some cars. Let me just show you this one right here. Star Wars character cars. So these are Star Wars character cars, because there's a lot of Star Wars character cars. But then there's also Highway 35 cars that I've used on Track Time. They're in here somewhere. Speed Racer. I filmed snippets for the Track Time channel. So anyways, there is where, not there, there is where I keep my licensed models. Before I get to cable and that Matchbox 5-pack, I want to crack open CB. I don't know if I've actually opened up any of the trucks. I need to find, I'm pretty sure, I can't say. I don't know if I found that one. Aren't these two released at the same time? Found that one. If this is the first time this has been released, I don't have it yet. I'll be looking for that. Let's go ahead and crack it open. These are a Pixar oversize or Disney oversize. I got to know how it rolls because, yeah, I'm going to be doing racing with the oversize. That's good news. That rolls very well. A quick look at the mouth feature. This is a separate piece right here in the front so that they can change the expression. The only thing is that the body looked the same as the other one, but his eyes are like winking or whatever. They're not fully open. With that other truck, the white one, the eyes were just wide open. So that leads me to believe that they make a whole new casting just for the eyes to be open. I'm not sure. You know, you definitely can tell the different colors. This feels cold, so I'm going to guess that's going to be plastic. Yep, that's plastic. Look how nice they square that is. That has to be a sticker. It would be too hard for them to print like that. I'm not sure. It has to be some type of water slide sticker. Because that would be way too hard for them to print like that. And it's very crisp. If you know, let me know. Yeah, look at it. Look at the 63. I can see a square. I can see like a square around this. That's probably a sticker too. And what about the eyeballs? They're nice. They're pretty good. Nice and crisp. I don't know if those are inkjet printing or if, anyways, sorry. I just had to check it out. And here's a look at the rear. License plate GK224, Long Beach. I can't see. I can't read that small. Transberry juice. Uh-oh. One of my smokestacks has been. Is it going to straighten out? There you go. It's all straight. Okay, that's that. Now let's take a look at cable. You've seen the back of the package. It was, apparently you can close the cab. This part is a metal. Obviously, that's metal. This thing has quite a bit of metal to it. This base is plastic. So the metal parts of this model are the cab and this motor engine part. Notice how the sides are not the same. Very nice. I'll bet you this guy would race pretty good. And I just seen that right there, so it made me wonder if he has some type of patch or something. Well, that eye's all glowing orange or yellow. So that's what they do. They represent the character car, the character in the car. Where's the hinge? Hinge is in here somewhere. You can tell by where it's pivoting. It's back here, the pivot. Can't see because it's all tucked in there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can tell it has to kick in. Anyway, sorry for slowing things down. Let's go ahead and now it's time to look at the Coffee Cruisers 5-pack. This is a 56 Ford pickup. What? Moon Equipment Company. They get Moon Eyes license for the Matchbox models as well. Ford. There's a plastic bed, which is a separate piece than the base. This is plastic. The body is the metal part. Green windows. Why you gotta put green windows on a nice Ford truck like that? Well, you know, not my decision. So let's see. You got a Ford in the 5-pack. And then you have the Dodge Viper R10, Dodge Viper RT10. By the way, production date L29. There's a look at the Viper. Oh, it's okay. It's not very good. A lot of cars are going to beat this because it stops way too soon. Both of them. Maybe they're stuck together. Let me spread them out. Anyways, Dodge Viper has gray interior. There's your steering wheel, left-hand drive. Plastic base. Painted headlights. They are not inserts. Very nice. Should fit on the track. Let's go ahead and check out the Jaguar. I think this is the same Jaguar that's in that Matchbox Euro set that I have on eBay, by the way. I like Jaguars. Nice and sleek. By the way, there is like a this is Matchbox 65th anniversary, right? So Mattel's releasing some special 65th anniversary cars. They're in the basic assortment. I guess they're calling them a chase. I'm not sure what that means now. License plate MBX 1961, I believe that says. This is not a chase piece. This is not part of that, whatever they're calling it, chase. Left-hand drive on this one as well. I don't know if the other one is like that from the Euro 5-pack. I'm not sure. Jaguar, you think it'd be right-hand drive. Or I would not be surprised if it was right-hand drive, I should say. So far we have a Ford, a Dodge, a Jaguar. Now let's go ahead and get a Buick, 1956 Buick Century Police. When this was in the singles, I could not help myself. Has your little light bar on top. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that's the same as how it was before or not. Buick Century Police. Really, really like cop cars for one. And this being a classic car, definitely like having this one in the collection as well. It says State Police on the side. Matchbox State Police. No license plate. Only has decorations on the sides. And, oh yeah, thank you very much. So glad that the Cadillac Hearse is back. I do believe it is a 1963 Cadillac Hearse. Let's take a look. 1963 Cadillac Hearse. And I'm not sure. It has purple windows. I don't know if this has the casket inside. I've shown it in a previous weekend show. To where there's a casket in. Oh, got a scuff on the window. Oh, it came off good. It was just a rub. Beautiful. There's like a casket in there with somebody's hand sliding the lid off of the casket. I'm not sure if that is still present, but you can kind of see something right there. So I'd have to believe that they kept it in there. Might as well. Nobody's going to find out unless you drill it apart. There was a controversy before. Apparently there were complaints about it being, why is a hearse a kid's toy? Why not? You got ambulances as kids' toys, so you have police cars as kids' toys. You know what? A hearse is just an everyday fact of life as well. Very, very happy this is back in the lineup. Very, very cool. So yesterday, most people got a little surprised in their subscription feed, or if they have notifications turned on. You know, Jammers and Racing shows up, and people want to know what's going to happen to the RaceGrooves weekend show. Tom McAdams, the weekend show is going to continue. Yeah, it's going to continue. Now, the weekend show is nice because it gives me a chance to do almost anything that makes sense for the channel, right? It lets me experiment a little bit. Now, when I started to put Jammers and Racing in the show, it's only because a couple people happened to comment on one video. Oh, it's a little hot. I'm just a little sweaty. Anyways, a couple of people commented on the same video, said they'd like to see a race between so-and-so. And that video is going to publish tomorrow. I'm going to take it from that weekend show, make it a standalone video. And I have like 5 weeks where I've done it. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe are the days. So those old episodes, if you missed them, they're going to be republished. If you've already seen every weekend show for the last month, you already seen it. There's only minor editing to have it make sense as a standalone video. For one, I got to make a new thumbnail. I got to dig out all those cards. I got to set it up for a nice thumbnail. But that's another story. So yes, it's going to it was causing me problems when I was editing the weekend show. It's nice to do, but guess what? The weekend show wound up going over a half hour long, right? Which, you know, a lot of people, fans like it, okay? It doesn't make, the number of people who watch to the end of the video does not change no matter how long the video is. The problem is that how long it takes for the video to render, how long it takes the video to upload, how long it takes for me to do everything. It was taking me over 12 hours to do the weekend show for the last five weeks, right? It's taking me over 12 hours. I'm not going home until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, this is not going to work out. Not only that, it made sense just to put it in as a standalone video by itself, right? It has value by itself. Plus, it got a little confusing for me to go through the weekend show looking for suggestions for that part of it. Now, if Jammers and Racing is its own video, you put the comment over there on those videos, and I can find them a lot easier, and I can be more efficient. And not only that, I don't necessarily have to take this weekend the suggestions this week and have them for next week. Sometimes maybe I had some older ones I had to let go, and now I can use those, right? So it's not necessarily from the week before. So managerial-wise makes it easier. Plus editing the weekend show. So I don't know if you know anything about editing, but you can have different lines on your editing screen with videos and text and pictures and stuff like that. So for the weekend show, I have a square right here preset, so I can put pictures or the weekend show logo or whatever right there. I have a line for where I put comments right here. I have another line in case I want to put a vertical. And then I have another line for text or whatever on top, right? So that's like 4 lines. And then when I turn around and do, I use 3 cameras for Quickie Downhill Racing, right? DHRQ. 3 cameras, except all of those have to be full screen. Well, guess what? All of those lines of data, let's see, this picture right here, excuse me, that's not full screen. This is not full screen. This is not full screen. So it just made things harder. I hope you didn't find that boring, but when it's taking me over 12 hours to make a video that gets 10,000 views, I need to become more efficient, and I think it provides more value for you. If you just like the part where you get to see part of my collection, I get the jammers, and then we do the racing, that's it. You can watch that. It's its own video, right? And if you still like the weekend show, you can watch both. It's just that they're separate, right? Really nothing changes. You can watch them back to back. They don't have to be all in one, right? Smackerel Cafe Fast Friday has been a long-standing tradition at the Indy 500 because I said it's going to be Friday morning, 8 a.m. That's when I'm going to be having racing, okay? So he says it's the final practice session before pole day qualifying. It makes sense to take the fastest metal and plastic cars in the world and send them down the track on Fridays. And if I would have known that, maybe I would have called this segment Fast Friday or something. I didn't know. I already started. It's okay. Jammers and Racing. Not only that, this way Jammers and Racing is my title, right? And I'm not trying to piggyback on somebody else. That being said, don't be surprised if you see Fast Friday in the description or in my tag. You know YouTube, you know how that goes. If you're a creator, you understand. Ron Krieger, askracegrooves, I would like to see how fast Gotta Go goes if you prop the seat open so it doesn't drag on the real wheel. Trip Dogs, it may do better than the other. Yeah, so, you know, we did some testing with Gotta Go. And it has one of those moving features when the car rolls around, it hits a trigger, and then the toilet pops up, where every time that slows down the car. And we proved it in the downhill racing. It was the slowest one. He's saying, why don't you prop open the seat and see how it goes? I'm going to save that. That'll be like a bonus something in one of the future Jammers and Racing videos. I'm saving your comment, Ron, okay? So it ain't going to be a surprise. You know now. I don't know when, though, but I'm saving it, okay? Devon's Playtime. Play with the cars already. Yeah, well, because I did a Hot Wheels case unboxing video, and I talked about doing the track time. This is another problem, is track time is so far behind because it takes me so long to do track time, right? But people want to see new cars. Well, guess what? Jammers and Racing, you can suggest a new car. You don't have to wait 2 years. If you've seen it in one of my case unboxing videos, and it's a fantasy model, you can suggest it. On that note, if you happen to notice a licensed car that's in my jammer, you can suggest it because you know it's right there in the case, okay? Or it was the last time you seen it. It might have moved after that. I don't know. Oh, another thing on that note, someone suggested, I didn't snip this because they said, hey, what about those torpedoes? You were talking about torpedoes. How about doing a race with a couple torpedoes? In that case, he doesn't know the names of the models from the torpedoes, but he knows I mentioned them in a previous weekend segment, right? Weekend show segment. We were talking about blings. We've talked about fatbacks on the show. We talked about slickbacks. And I mentioned torpedoes in one of the shows when I pointed out something, right? In that case, it's okay if he suggests, how about a couple of torpedoes? He doesn't have to know the names. I'll go look them up for him. It's all right. Why? Because it's going to provide value to you as the viewer to see a couple, I forgot the name, torpedoes models, okay? Those are, I think, 2004 or 2005 when they come out. And it's another one of the series to where I don't think we've seen any of those models recolored. So you'll get a feeling for what will wind up in Jammers and Racing. Now, if I do a new case unboxing video, guess how many people wanted Groo? 15 people. I just did a quick Control F on the comments, and so far already 15 people want to see Groo in track time. Well, it's going to be a couple years. But if you go to Jammers and Racing video and you suggest Groo over there, don't suggest it in the case. I know I'm not going to take all my suggestions from just Jammers and Racing. But the more you put them right there, the better your chance that that'll get picked. Okay? If you put it on a case unboxing video, if you put them over here, it's like I get spread out and it's just too hard for me. And I can't keep sheets and others. You make the effort. Just all you got to do is go to another video, go to my channel, go to one of those videos, and suggest Groo if you want to see Groo. Or any other new model that comes out of the cases. Fantasy models, okay? Slap Train, I need that CRX. I did a Johnny Lightning case unboxing video. Wow, the CRX, very, very nice. And I'm glad to see Boogie Vans are back as well. Caleb loved cookies. So do I. Cookies. Q&A, would you rather have 5 million subs and lose your whole collection, or have your collection with 18 subs? You can have 50 million subscribers. It doesn't mean you have the views. I got like 30,000 cars. I'll keep my cars because I know I have money for sure. I have at least 30,000 cars. You can have 100 million subscribers, no views, no money. I'll keep my cars. Thank you. Thanks, Caleb. Good question. I appreciate it. Sadla. I don't know how to pronounce that. I hope it's okay. I think Solar Eagle isn't a fantasy car. And this is another situation where I was in my S Jammer and Solar Eagle was there. And he was like, well, Solar Eagle's licensed. It was a Cal State LA project or something, UCLA. It's a solar car. And it's an actual solar car that they made. It's not, well, I guess technically it's a car vehicle. But in order for me to find it, it's easier to have it in S Jammers so I know where to find it. Yes, it's licensed. Yes, I could put it in the whatever S would be in that I just showed you. STU miscellaneous jammer for licensed models. But it just makes it more complicated for me. There's not that many Solar Eagles. Just put it in the S, I can find it. And then what about Yellow Submarine? Well, that was licensed, right? So, well, I've opened up 2. So now I put one in license for the last WXYZ. And then I put one in XYZ in the fantasy. And then I was filing my packages, and then I noticed it's called the Beatles Yellow Submarine. Now maybe I got to open another one and put in the B. So this way I can find it either in the B fantasy, Y fantasy, or Y license. I don't know. It's just it makes it too complicated. Anyways, thank you for watching another RaceGrooves Weekend show. I hope you enjoy. If you did enjoy Jammers and Racing, every Friday, that's what it's going to be. RaceGrooves Weekend show continues. I can mix it up. I can do different things. It wasn't necessarily intended to be an experiment in the weekend show. It just happened that way. And thanks to the 2 fellas who suggested it. And it just kind of grew from there. I think people are going to like it. And I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching. Have fun with your toys. Bye-bye.